Hi there. It's been years. How have you been?
Oh,
Oh dear. You haven't forgotten me, have you? It's me, Linda. I stole your husband Howard 4 years ago. Don't you remember?
of course I remember you, Linda. How could I forget?
Oh great. I was worried you might have forgotten about me.
Why are you contacting me, Linda? I have no desire to relive what happened. Have you just contacted me to rake over the coals of what you did?
I just had this feeling that you might have been worried about what became of us after. No? Not even a little curious?
What?
So I just wanted to text you to say that everything is going great. We're very happy.
Why on earth would I care how you were, let alone worry? That's ridiculous.
But in my horoscope today it said that a woman from your past is worrying about you. I just naturally thought it must be you. You're not worried at all then? If you were worrying about me and Howard, you can put your mind at ease. We are doing extremely well.
I really couldn't care less.
Ah, Gloria, you say that now, but deep down I know you must be wondering what happened. Are you doing okay? Are they enjoying life? Can Linda make Howard as happy as I did?
I have to say, this is pretty messed up even for you. Leave me alone, would you?
I feel bad saying it, but every day is a blessing for us. It's like living in a Disney love story. We never forget to celebrate our anniversary each and every month. I really found a fantastic husband.
Good for you.
And Howard's company is doing really well. It's growing quickly along with his salary. He's really taking on the role of president's son seriously. He's almost ready to take over, I think. I'm so happy. I sometimes think it must all be a dream and he'll wake up one day to find it all gone.
I'm thrilled for you. It's just wonderful to hear that married life is going so well. I'm going to block you now, okay?
Hold on. Honestly, I'm contacting you for your own good.
How's that?
I thought maybe sharing what's going on here might brighten up your day a bit. I'm just trying to send some of my happiness your way.
Thanks for your concern. I'm sure I'll be fine just as I am.
You're happy too, Gloria? Does that mean you remarried?
Yep. I married a guy from work last year. It's all going really well, so there's no need for you to worry about me, okay?
A guy from work? Are you pulling my leg?
Yes, a guy from work. What's wrong?
Well, you just work for a little construction company, don't you? I've heard about it from Howard.
Yeah, I'm working in the office. What about it?
So that means you married a guy who works for a construction company? So he's just a common laborer? I bet he comes home every day covered in filth and stinking of sweat, right? You married into the bottom rung of society, Gloria. Ha ha ha.
Well, I'm happy you're amused.
It's just hard to imagine. I could never do it in a million years.
Linda, what do you really want? This is clearly not about sharing happiness, so what's the deal? Why text me out of the blue? You've texted me just to make fun of my husband?
No, sorry, Gloria. I sometimes don't know when to keep my mouth shut. I just blab out the first thing that comes to mind. It gets me in trouble. Howard always tells me to think before I speak. Ha ha ha. A husband like that would be impossible for me. But he probably suits someone of your stature. You probably make a great couple. It's important to have a good balance in a marriage, don't you think? It just wouldn't do for you to be married to some high-flying businessman, would it? You'd look ever so out of place. I can picture you two now. Little old plain you and the dirty husband sitting at your dirty little dinner table.
Ah, Linda. You were just saying you need to learn to think before you speak. This is one of those times.
Hey, you owe me a little gratitude for your current situation, don't forget. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have gotten divorced and then met your second husband. Think of all that happened between us as a blessing in disguise. All right? So let's wish each other the best and be done with it. I wish you the best of luck with your construction worker.
Several hours later.
Good evening, Gloria. It's been a while. It's Howard's mother, Veronica.
Yes, I remember you, of course, it's been 4 years. But why are you contacting me? Has something happened that I need to be aware of?
Yes, I'm sure it is a bit of a surprise getting a message from your ex-husband's mother out of the blue. I'm sorry to startle you, but I've been talking to Linda, and she mentioned you'd remarried.
As a matter of fact, yes, I got married again last year.
I'm sorry for what my idiot son and his stupid wife did. They really put you through the ringer. I'm truly happy for you, Gloria. You deserve to be happy. I'd like to send a little gift to show there are no hard feelings, at least between the two of us. I can't speak for those two idiots, but at least we can make sure there is no animosity between you and I.
No, you don't have to do anything like that. What you've written just now is more than enough. It's nice to have someone recognize what they put me through, but it's water under the bridge. We've all moved on. Linda and Howard seem happy and I can't complain.
You were always like a real daughter to me, so when I heard from Linda that you'd remarried and were happy again, I felt happy too.
I'm honored to hear you felt that way, but you can't go sending wedding parents to your son's ex-wife. It's just not the done thing. If Linda ever found out, it might make things very awkward between you two. Try and find it in your heart to see her as your real daughter.
Don't joke around, Gloria. I've tried to like her as a daughter, but I just can't find anything to like. She married Howard and we see her on all the holidays and everything, but she just brings me down. I'm getting depressed just thinking about it. I don't think we'll ever have anything remotely close to what you and I had. Howard tells me she doesn't ever lift a finger to help him out around the house and is always off wasting money on rubbish they don't need. He says she acts like royalty. She thinks she's the queen of the house. People are talking about how their marriage is on the rocks, but she still acts as if she's the boss and looks down on everyone. And don't get me started on Howard's company. She's always telling Howard what to do. She can't keep her mouth shut. She just interrupts him in mid-sentence.
Well, she said so herself, but I didn't imagine it was that bad.
Oh, it's worse. You should see her when Howard is entertaining clients. She always has to be the center of attention. If people aren't giving her the respect she thinks she deserves, she loses it.
Sounds like she's taking advantage of being the wife of the future president a little too much. Have you said anything?
Oh, lots of times. But she won't listen to me. She's far too arrogant.
She sounds like the complete opposite of you, Veronica. I guess that's why you can't find anything to like about her. I guess the old saying opposites attract doesn't apply in this case.
I wish my husband would come back. He wouldn't let her get away with it. You know what he's like.
Oh, is he still overseas?
Yes. He's always busy doing new deals and inspecting factories. He hasn't been back in years.
So he's still a total workaholic. It was always like that when Howard and I were married as well. I'm having trouble even picturing his face, to be honestly. I only ever met him once, at our wedding ceremony, then he was off again. But, it's his company and I can see how much he loves working.
Yes, and Howard used that situation to divorce you and get married to Linda. By the time that information reached his father's ears, it was all done and dusted. Our family has always been a very each to his own situation. Howard has been free to do whatever he wants. He knows his father would have disapproved of what was happening, so he used that absence as a chance to get it all done.
I see.
Once Howard had organized his second marriage, there was nothing his father or I could do. I do talk to his father about it every now and then, but once Howard had remarried, his father just kind of shrugged it off and said it was too late to do anything about it now.
They really just plowed ahead with the wedding, didn't they? It seems like they just wanted to get it over and done with before Howard's father had time to do anything about it.
Exactly. But you know what? He's actually coming back at the end of this month. I'm pretty sure he'll put that idiot son of mine in his place.
He's really coming back this time? You said it's been years, right? How long has it been exactly?
Yes, I've just been texting him, which doesn't happen very often. I told him you'd remarried too, and he insisted on sending a gift.
Oh, so he knows about it too.
Yes, of course. So getting back to the reason I'm texting you, would really like to send you a little something. Please accept our gift as a congratulations and as an apology for the actions of our embarrassing son. If you really won't accept anything, at the very least you could let us take you out of a nice dinner?
Oh, okay, that does sound nice. I'd like that, Veronica. I admit talking to you like this makes me want to see you both.
Marvelous. Okay, then, I'll talk to my husband and get back to you about dates and times.
3 weeks later.
Hey, Gloria. Listen to this. Howard's doing so well at the moment. His father has just come back from overseas and, well, it's still just a rumor, but people are saying he's going to retire. In other words, Howard's going to be taking a step closer to the top position. Ooh, I can't wait. I was destined to be the boss wife one day. Imperfect for the role.
What's that got to do with me?
Nothing, I guess. I just wanted to tell someone, and you're the first person I thought of. I suppose it's still too soon for him to take over the entire company, so I'm pinning my hopes on a position on the board of directors. That should take his salary up to about $300,000 a year. Isn't it awesome?
You seem really happy about it. Congrats.
It's $300,000 a year, Gloria. Wouldn't you be excited too? How many people do you know on that kind of pay? Not many, probably none, right? And then in a few years Howard will take over the top role. Then he'll finally be the president's wife. It would be weird to not be excited. I really caught a great guy, didn't I?
You didn't catch him, you stole him. There's a big difference there.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'm getting carried away with all the great things happening. I shouldn't brag to those less fortunate, should I?
It's okay to be happy, but you should probably take a step back and have a realistic look at the situation. Do you think such a shrewd businessman as Howard's father is just going to appoint him to the board directors simply because they're related?
Oh, Ava, are you jealous? It looks like the little green-eyed monster is reading its ugly head. Your husband is just a dirty construction worker and Howard is climbing a ladder of success. Yes, I supposed I'd be jealous too if I were you.
Man. You really don't know when to shut up, do you?
Well, Howard is my husband now. There's no going back to how things were. Just get that out of your head, okay? He's my $300,000 husband. I'm one step closer to the dream life of the president's wife.
Your husband doesn't even have a job anymore.
Excuse me?
You bragging is driving me crazy, I can't take it anymore. I told you to have a realistic look at the situation, right? Howard appointed to the board of directors. You as the president's wife? Do you think I have all day to listen to that drivel?
Gloria, what are you talking about? In telling you Howard is going to be promoted to the board and you respond by telling me he doesn't even have a job? What could you possibly mean? Are you feeling okay? Are you just making up unnecessary lies because you're jealous?
Making up lies because I'm jealous? Are you listening to yourself? Do you really think I'd do something like that? I heard it directly from Benny himself.
Benny? What are you talking about? That Benny? Howard's father.
What do you think? You already know he's back in town, you said it yourself. Well, I went out for dinner with him and Veronica. Just the three of us. We have some history, what with me being their first daughter-in-law.
Just because you used to be married to their son doesn't mean they have any reason to take you to dinner.
There's also the fact that they actually like me, which is more than they can say for you. Anyway, I heard it directly from the boss himself. He's come back to deal with his son. He heard about what was going on and couldn't stay away any longer.
Hang on a sec. I need to process this. Why the hell were you out for dinner with my mother-in-law again? You're not supposed to be having dinner with the mother of your ex-husband.
Barbara texted me. She wanted to send a gift to congratulate me on getting married again. I said I couldn't accept a gift, so we ended up settling on going to dinner.
Why would she want to congratulate you on getting married after her son kicked you to the curb?
Like I said before, because she actually likes me. Anyway, you were the one who told her I remarried, so you can blame yourself if you have a problem. And it was perfect timing that Howard's father had just arrived back in the country, so he came too. We all went to a really nice steakhouse. It was absolutely terrific, by the way. So thanks for telling her.
I'm still having a hard time buying this whole scenario. It still sounds like some kind of setup.
Setup for what? A joke? If so, I already told you the punchline. Howard is being let go. Benny just came out and told me that he had come back to fire Howard right in the middle of dinner. He said he couldn't let such an irresponsible cheating guy lead his company.
Are you really serious? He's going to fire his own son?
And he apologized for not being there for me when Howard was divorcing me and remarrying with you. He seemed genuinely sorry and embarrassed about the whole thing. They really are a lovely couple.
Hang on a minute, why is this happening all of a sudden?
What do you mean?
You and Howard got divorced 4 years ago. And he's what, using that as an excuse to fire his son? His son. We may have had an affair and broken up Howard's first marriage, but that was 4 years ago.
You two may have been having a great time being newlyweds, but Benny seems to have been thinking about it for a long while now. He's been letting the other directors deal with Howard and oversee the day-to-day operation of the company while he was overseas, but now that he's back he has to take responsibility for his son as both a father and as the president of the company. I think this is what you might call the time of reckoning? It's not really sudden at all, it sounds like it's actually long overdue.
You can't be serious. That's not really going to happen, is it? He's going to fire his own son?
He's also been giving a lot of thought to his successor while he's been away. He said he's going to officially appoint a new vice president.
Just wait a moment. You can't be serious. You must have heard wrong. Is that actually what he said? Howard's in line to be the next president. How could his father just bypass him? Howard spent his whole life thinking he would take over one day.
He's not so irresponsible as to just hand over the company to Howard simply because he's his son. He has all the employees and their families to consider. Veronica was right next to him nodding in agreement. It looks like it's already been decided.
Wait. So, what happens to my dream of being the president's wife? Are you telling me all this hard work has been for nothing? Howard's his only son. How could he be so cruel?
I think it's about time you got off that high horse and came back down to reality. It's all about to come crashing down, Linda. Anyway, I've got to go now. Bye.
Several days later.
Gloria, so sorry to bother you, but have you got a moment? Listen to this. You're the only one who I can speak freely to.
Oh, hi, Veronica. Yeah, I'm free if you want to talk.
This morning, Benny finally told Howard outright to his face that he's not suited to shoulder the responsibility of taking over the business. He fired him on the spot and told him to clean out his desk.
Wow, no beating around the bush, huh? I've heard it's better to do these things quickly, like ripping off a band-aid.
And Linda of course come crying to me. She was in a terrible state. She pleaded with me to stop what was happening.
Oh yeah, that's to be expected, I suppose.
Well, there's nothing I could have done about it. Even if I wanted to, I don't have the power to stop anything. But I totally agree with the decision. She's certainly not up to the challenge of being a company president's wife either.
You've got that right. And when the boss makes up his mind about something, who are we to object?
Exactly. That Linda won't listen though. She's already making threats about not letting me see any future grandchildren. Wow. Well, I guess that sounds about on brand. I don't have a lot of experience with her, but what little I do have has been thoroughly unpleasant.
If she thinks she can scare me with such threats, she's really living in a dream world.
She's got no respect for anyone. And no common sense for that matter.
And considering you didn't oppose the marriage, you'd think she'd be on your side.
I couldn't oppose as long as Benny remained quiet. It didn't matter what I really thought in my heart of hears. He didn't say anything. That's what being a wife is. Benny and I need to keep up a united front.
I think you've been a great wife and mother. I really respect how you've raised Howard. You're a traditionalist. A good old-fashioned wife. I really respect that.
Howard has always been like this. He's not going to change. His father always feared he'd be weak-willed and unsuitable to take over the company. Of course, he never told Howard that until now. He half expected Howard to form an opposition to the decision and challenge him, ha ha ha.
That's the sort of thing Benny would say, huh? But at least everything is finally taken care of. That must be a load off your shoulders.
Yes, I guess you are right. And Benny has promised to put off his trips overseas for a while. We can enjoy each other's company for the first time in a long while.
That sounds lovely. Anyway, sorry Veronica, I've got to go to work.
Okay Gloria, thanks for listening. Have a good day at work. And Gloria, we had such a lovely time at dinner the other day. If it's okay with you, let's go out again soon. What do you think?
I'd consider it an honor, Veronica. Thank you. I really enjoyed it last time too.
Oh, marvelous. I'll tell Benny and get back to you soon.
Over 1 month later.
Gloria. Sorry to bug you, but you couldn't lend me a little cash, could you? I wouldn't normally ask, but we don't even have enough to live on.
You know we're not friends, right?
I didn't think this kind of thing was possible. We're desperate, Gloria. It's completely unbelievable. Suddenly Howard is out of a job and we are struggling to make ends meet. My dream of a glamorous life has gone up in smoke.
Chin up, Linda. Things can't be that bad, can they? It sounds like that situation suits someone of your stature.
How dare you?
Anyway, whether you're looking for money or sympathy, you are barking up the wrong tree here. Find someone else to bother. Bye now.
Wait, Gloria. Ensure you're thinking it serves us right and it's a big source of amusement for you.
In not thinking much of anything about you guys, honestly.
Don't be so heartless. I know we were never friends and you have no reason to like me. Can't you at least show some sympathy?
I do feel a little sorry for you, to be honest, but not that much. I mean, I can see that you two are in a tough situation, but there's no need to take it out on me.
You suck. You and your loser husband. Howard may not have a job at the moment, but we'll soon be back to where we were. You'll see. Howard'll be making more money than you two in no time. What's your loser husband on? 20,000 a year? That's nothing. Just watch and see.
No, he's making about 100K a year, I think.
What?
You can go ahead and say what you like, but his company is taking construction orders from all over the country. And the company has a great internal support structure. It doesn't just start and finish with digging holes and hammering nails, you know. My husband is always tired from physical labor, but that doesn't stop him studying like crazy at night. He's already got about 50 qualifications and licenses. You reckon Howard can soon catch up that? I doubt it. Go ahead and try. Tell him to give it his best shot, haha. You've only got talent for sponging off people and stealing husbands. But hey, please go ahead and show us what you're made of.
You're lying. Your husband doesn't make that such, surely.
What's wrong with making money? He works hard and deserves every penny. I'm proud of him. And of course I'm working hard too. You should try it for once in your life. You might find a sense of purpose from some hard work. Anyway, bye-bye Linda. I hope I never see you again. After that, it appears that Howard utilized a business contact to secure another job, but unfortunately, his current earnings are not even half of what he used to make. While he excels in giving orders to others, he struggles when it comes to taking them. It seems like he's facing significant challenges. Linda has also attempted to contribute by working part-time, but her old habits die hard, and she can't resist demeaning her colleagues. It sounds like she's also going through a tough time. Veronica occasionally updates me on their situation, but Howard's father insists on cutting all ties with them. On the other hand, it seems like Veronica is genuinely enjoying the whole experience.